Hello everyone, I'm G3 Gaming, and today I'm going to give a brief overview of the RimWorld body and limb damage system. Before we begin, I'm going to quickly note that this guide is my interpretation of how the game functions based on my experience, as well as some facts from the wiki. To start, let's go over what limb and body parts are, and what a normal colonist looks like. Basically, you can consider a body part or a limb part of the body that can receive damage, affect these stats here, or show up under the health conditions tab, right? A normal, undamaged, and unmodified colonist should look like this, where there's no health conditions and all the stats are at 100% and typically green, right? Now, these percentage stats represent how functional the body parts under that effect are. For example, the movement stat represents how functional the legs are. When a percentage stat is lower than 100%, it means the body part that's affected by it are performing slower or worse. While if the percentage is higher than 100%, it means those body parts are performing faster or better. So in the case of like arms and hands, if your colonist is missing a finger, like this one, the manipulation is lower, right? So that means that they are performing tasks such as harvesting, researching, and crafting slower. But if you replace that hand, finger, or arm with something like a bionic, it'll actually increase past 100%. Like this colonist, manipulation is up to 138, meaning they will perform the same task faster. Now let's quickly go over some different kinds of damages, right? And to make things simple, I've come up with 3 different categories: temporary, minor, and major. Temporary damage is something like a cut or bruise that'll bring your stats down for a bit, but they will heal over time. They usually show up under the health effects tab. A minor damage is something like a scar that will permanently decrease the health of that limb that it's attached to, and in some, depending on where the scar is on the body, sometimes can bring down stats. They also make a minor pain debuff appear, and the more scars that you have, the higher that debuff will be. And the last damage is the major damage, and this is something like a body part being destroyed or cut off, right? That'll cause huge stat decreases. Like on this colonist, the left middle toe was cut off, the right ring finger was destroyed. This is making manipulation go down. In the case of the right ring finger, and if I didn't have a bionic leg on this colonist, the movement would also be down. And speaking of bionics are great for boosting the stats of colonists. There are lots of different parts of bionics. However, this video I'll only really be talking about the parts in the base game, but the DLCs do add a lot more. When it comes to bionics, you can take a colonist with limb damage, making them perform slower, and replace that limb with a bionic to make them perform faster. But bionics can be very costly to get. They're expensive to buy from traders, and most of the time, you can only craft them into the mid and late game of your colony. And your colonists can take permanent damage pretty early on. Luckily, there are prosthetic body parts that you can research to be able to craft. They come from the machining table. As you can see up here, there are quite a few different prosthetics. Now, even though prosthetics are great, they will not bring your colonists back up to 100% efficiency. Instead, like in the case of the prosthetic leg, according to the wiki, the prosthetic leg will give a colonist 85% efficiency in the leg that it's replacing, which means if you have a colonist with a prosthetic leg and one healthy leg, then the movement would go up to 92.5%. So even though it's not better than having a normal healthy leg or a bionic leg, it's better than having a peg leg or no leg at all, because, well, your colonist is moving a lot faster and they're able to move closer to 100%. On the other side of that coin, if you have a bionic leg, it'll bring your movement speed up by 12.5%. So if you have one bionic leg and one healthy leg, your colonist movement speed will be up to 112.5%. Or if you have 2 bionic legs, like in the case of this colonist, your movement will go up to 125%. And there we have it. That's a very brief overview of some damage types and stat effects. I hope this guide was helpful, and let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on it, anything that I should have added, anything that could help answer some more specific questions that people may have. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys would like to see more guides like this, yeah, just let me know. I'd be happy to do them. I hope you guys have an amazing day or evening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.